Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you is going to sound completely backwards. The moment you think you've lost her is actually the exact moment you gain everything. Not her. Everything else. Your power, your peace, your clarity. And here is the part that will mess with your mind. The second you truly accept losing her, that's when something shifts in ways you never expected. I know what you're thinking. This sounds like some feel-good nonsense, but stay with me, because I'm going to show you something that Marcus Aurelius understood 2,000 years ago. Something that Machiavelli weaponized in his writings. Something that modern men have completely forgotten. Let me tell you about my friend David. Smart guy. Good job. Decent looking. He met a woman named Claire at a coffee shop. Instant connection. For 3 months, David did everything right. Morning texts, thoughtful dates. He even adjusted his schedule for her. Then one day, Claire started pulling back. Her texts got shorter. She was always busy. David panicked. He texted more, called more, tried harder, and with every attempt, she drifted further away until she said those dreaded words, "I think we should just be friends." David was destroyed. He asked me what went wrong, and I told him something that made him angry at first. "You lost her the moment you made her more important than yourself." He didn't believe me, but 3 weeks later, after he finally stopped chasing, Claire texted him. Then she called. Then she wanted to meet up. By then, David had changed. He wasn't that same desperate guy anymore, and that's when it all became clear to him. This isn't about tricks or games. This is about ancient wisdom on human nature that still works because, fundamentally, people haven't changed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Most men give their power away the second a woman pulls back. They react. They chase. They beg. They hand over complete control of their emotions. But the Stoics understood. The only thing you truly control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your responses. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." When you chase a woman who's pulling away, what does she see? Desperation. Neediness. A man who will accept any scraps of attention she throws his way. But what happens when you stop chasing and focus on yourself? She sees something different. She sees a man with standards. A man who won't beg. A man who might actually have other options. And that creates a powerful feeling in her mind. Doubt. Robert Greene explains this perfectly in The Art of Seduction. Strategic absence creates longing. When you're always available, always texting, you lose mystery. You lose value. You become predictable. Think about it. Human beings want what seems scarce, what seems valuable to others, what feels just out of reach. This isn't manipulation. It's basic human psychology. So before you send that text, before you call again, before you try to win her back, I need you to understand something fundamental. You already have everything you need, right now. Without her, you are complete without her validation, valuable without her attention, and enough without her approval. The moment you truly believe that, everything changes. Not just with her, but with your entire life. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why she pulled away, what's really happening in her mind, and the specific steps that will either bring her back or set you free. Either way, you win. So make sure you stick around. Let's talk about what's really happening when she pulls away, because most men get this completely wrong. You think she lost interest? She found someone else. Or you did something wrong. And maybe one of those is true, but here's what's more likely. She's testing you, without even consciously knowing she's doing it. You meet a woman, there's attraction, chemistry, connection. Then, slowly, you start changing who you are to keep her interested. You text when you don't really want to. You cancel plans with friends. You hide parts of yourself you think she won't like. And she feels that shift. The man she was drawn to, the one with his own life, his own interests, his own standards, is disappearing. In his place is a man who's trying too hard, who needs her approval, and is terrified to lose her. That's when she starts pulling back. Not because you did one specific thing, but because the whole dynamic changed. You went from being a challenge to being a sure thing. From confident to careful. From authentic to performative. I knew a guy named Marcus who went through this. I met Sophia, and for the first month, everything was perfect. Then her texts got shorter. She was always busy. Marcus did what most men do. He tried to talk about it. Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong? Every single question pushed her further away because what he was really saying was, I'm insecure. I need your validation. I'm afraid of losing you. Her pulling back wasn't the problem. His reaction to it was, instead of matching her energy, he increased his. Instead of pulling back, he pushed forward, and that killed whatever attraction was left. After she completely ghosted him, Marcus finally gave up. He deleted her number and stopped checking her social media. He started hitting the gym again, reconnected with friends, and focused on his work. 3 weeks later, Sophia texted him, "Hey stranger, how have you been?" He wanted to respond immediately, to ask why she disappeared. But something had changed. He realized his life had actually improved without her. He felt more like himself. So he waited 6 hours and just replied, "Been good. Busy with work. Simple. Neutral. No questions." She asked to meet up. He told her he was busy that week, but maybe the next. When they finally met, she was different. More engaged. More interested. More invested. Why? Because the dynamic had completely flipped. The less you care about losing her, the less likely you are to lose her. The more you focus on your own life, the more attractive you become. When you make a woman the center of your emotional world, you give her all the power. But when you have a life you love and goals that excite you, you're no longer defenseless. You're centered in yourself, and that is magnetic. All right, let's dive into the battle plan. The exact steps to take when she starts pulling away. This isn't theory. This is a concrete strategy. Step 1. Stop all pursuit immediately. And I mean immediately. No more good morning texts. No more checking in. No more asking if she's okay. Complete radio silence from your end. Chasing her is like trying to use force. It's pushing her to feel something she doesn't. It never works. But pulling back, that's strategy. It creates a space for her to feel what she actually feels, without any pressure from you. Now, most guys panic here. They think, if I don't reach out, she'll forget about me. She'll move on. But here's the truth. If she forgets about you that easily, she was never really yours to begin with. You're not losing her by pulling back. You're discovering where you actually stood. The moment you stop fighting for her attention, you shift the dynamic. Step 2. Redirect every single ounce of that energy back into yourself. This isn't just about not texting her. It's about fundamentally shifting your focus. Hit the gym harder. Work on that side hustle. Read those books you've been putting off. Reconnect with your friends. Become the man you want to be for yourself. When you do this, your entire energy changes. You walk differently. You talk differently. And trust me, she noticed. Women are watching, even when you think they're not. Step 3. When she reaches out hand, she probably really must control your response. This is where most men fail. After 2 weeks of silence, she sends that text. "Hey, how are you?" Don't jump to reply in 30 seconds with 3 paragraphs. That's a huge mistake. Wait a few hours, then send a brief, neutral response like, "I'm good. Been busy." That's it. No questions. No excitement. She'll likely continue the conversation. She might ask what you've been up to or suggest meeting up. Don't make it easy for her. Don't drop everything. You're busy this week. Maybe next week works. When you do meet, you're not the same guy who is chasing her. You're the guy who has options, who has a full life, and who isn't sure if she fits into it anymore. The powerful man doesn't demand to be loved. He offers value, strength, and a life worth joining. If she doesn't want to join it, he keeps building it anyway. This isn't about playing games. It is about finding your freedom by letting go of what you can't control and focusing on what you can. Your own growth. When you're no longer a prisoner to her approval, you become truly free. And freedom is the most attractive quality you can possess. In the next part, We'll break down the psychology behind why this works and the exact signs to look for. Let's talk about what really happens in a woman's mind when you stop chasing her, because this is where everything flips. When you were constantly pursuing her, her brain was comfortable. She knew exactly where she stood. She had your attention whenever she wanted it. She could ignore you for days, and you'd still be there. She could cancel plans, and you'd just reschedule. She had complete control with zero effort. When you chase a woman who's pulling away, you're acting from a place of fear, a place of, please don't leave me. And she feels that energy. It repels her on a deep, instinctual level. But when you pull back completely, something fascinating happens. At first, she feels relief. She thinks, good, he finally got the message. She might even feel a little sense of victory. But then a few days pass, then a week, then 2. And you haven't reached out. You've completely disappeared from her world. That's when phase 2 begins. Tao. She starts thinking, wait, why hasn't he texted? Did he move on already? Is he seeing someone else? These thoughts start as whispers and slowly get louder. Human beings are drawn to what they can't have. When something is always available, we dismiss Italiano. But when it disappears, our minds obsess over it. You see, while you're busy improving yourself and moving forward, she's stuck thinking about you, about why you're not chasing, about what you're doing and who you might be doing it with. This is the power shift. The person with fewer thoughts about the other has more power. Always. When you were needy, you attracted indifference. But now that you're focused and improving, you become magnetic. Let me break down the timeline. Week 1, she feels relief. She might even seem happier on social media. This is normal. She's performing happiness to convince herself she made the right choice. Don't let it shake you. Week 2, the doubt creeps in. She checks your social media and notices you haven't viewed her stories. She might send a small test text, something casual like hey or a meme. If you respond hours later with minimal engagement, her doubt intensifies. Weeks 3 to 4 are the critical window. If she had any real feelings for you, this is when they'll resurface. She'll start remembering the good times, wondering if she made a mistake. She might reach out more directly, maybe even suggest meeting up. She'll see a man who isn't broken, who isn't desperate, who moved on faster than she expected. And honestly, it terrifies her. By month 2, if she hasn't come back, she probably won't. But here's the beautiful part by T's point. You likely don't care anymore. You've built momentum, improved your life, and remembered who you are without her. Whether she comes back or not becomes irrelevant. But how do you know if she's genuinely interested or just bored? First, she'll initiate real conversations, not just send hey texts at midnight. Second, she'll suggest specific plans. We should hang out sometime means nothing. Are you free Saturday evening? Means something. And third, she acknowledged what went wrong. If she comes back acting like nothing happened, she's just lonely. Before you even think about taking her back, ask yourself, what kind of relationship do I want? Does she meet those standards? Most guys are so grateful she came back, they forget to evaluate if they even want her back. Most guys are so grateful she came back, they forget to evaluate if they even want her back. Don't be that guy. The point isn't to make her suffer. The point is to build a life so good that her presence or absence doesn't define your happiness. Here's the truth. Maybe she's not supposed to come back. Maybe this whole situation is saving you from the wrong person and redirecting you to someone better. Your purpose in life cannot be a woman. It must be bigger. Your mission, your growth, your legacy. This strategy only works if you do it from a place of genuine self-improvement, not manipulation. If you pull back just to make her chase you, she'll feel it, and it will backfire. But if you pull back because you genuinely need to rebuild yourself, that's authentic, that's powerful, and that's attractive. This entire situation isn't about her. It's about you. It's about whether you'll keep giving your power away or reclaim it. You can keep chasing, begging for scraps of attention, or you can walk away, focus on yourself, build the life you want, and become the man you're capable of becoming. Let her watch from a distance as you transform into someone she regrets losing. Either way, you win. Because you finally chose yourself. That's the path forward. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe on Rockstar Love Therapy, and I will see you in the next one.